Good morning, Pagosa Springs. Starting the day off with a little bit of energy. It is Wednesday, August 18th, and you're tuned in to KWUF Studios, 106.1 FM, 1400 AM, and 102.5 FM here in beautiful Pagosa Springs, Colorado. We're going to have a look at some Colorado-centric news today. Thanks for joining us. I hope you stick with us for the duration. And a happy Wednesday to you, Pagosa. Our first story coming from Centennial, Colorado. A former Nevada prison inmate was sentenced Tuesday to 3 consecutive life sentences in the long unsolved 1984 hammer killings of 3 Colorado family members, including a 7-year-old girl inside their suburban Denver home. 61-year-old Alex Ewing was convicted August 6th of first-degree murder after a 2-day trial in which prosecutors contended Ewing used a hammer and a knife to kill Bruce Bennett, 27, his wife Deborah, 26, and daughter Melissa in the Bennett's home. Another daughter, 3-year-old Vanessa, was also beaten. Ewing is also charged with the hammer killing of Patricia Louise Smith, 50, in her home in suburban Lakewood about a week before the Aurora killings. Smith was also sexually assaulted. Ewing's trial in the case is set for October. Arapahoe County District Court Judge Darren Vale told Ewing on Tuesday that the crimes Ewing was convicted of were the worst he had seen in a quarter-century of practicing law. In news from Denver, Colorado Governor Jared Polis on Tuesday rescinded a 19th-century proclamation that called for citizens to kill Native Americans and take their property. The 1864 order by Colorado's second territorial governor, John Evans, would eventually lead to the Sand Creek Massacre, one of Colorado's darkest and most fraught historic moments. The brutal assault left more than 200 Arapaho and Cheyenne people, mostly women and children, as well as the elderly, dead. And from Lakewood, the creators of the irreverent animated television series South Park are buying Casa Bonita, a quirky restaurant in suburban Denver that was featured on the show. Matt Stone and Trey Parker said in an interview with Colorado Governor Jared Polis on Friday that they had come to an agreement with the current owners of the restaurant, which closed to diners in March 2020 as the pandemic took hold. It declared bankruptcy in the spring. The Lakewood restaurant has been in business since 1974, but gained wider recognition when it was featured on a 2003 South Park episode when the Denver Broncos announced some of the draft picks there in 2018. The Mexican restaurant is known for its uniqueness, which includes a large indoor waterfall as well as its cliff divers and skits that feature an excitable actor in a gorilla costume. But some have noted there is much room for improvement. Casa Bonita's 85-foot-tall pink clock tower stands out in an otherwise nondescript strip mall. The 52,000-square-foot restaurant can seat more than 1,000 guests. The 30-foot-tall waterfall at the center was designed to resemble the cliffs of Acapulco. Stone and Parker, who met at the University of Colorado Boulder, did not offer any details about the sale, which is pending bankruptcy proceedings. But they did say they would make some upgrades, like having 2 gorillas in the skit instead of just 1. On Tuesday, the Tri-County Health Department Board passed a mask mandate for students ages 2 to 11 in public and private schools in Adams, Arapahoe, and Douglas counties. As the debate over whether to require masks in school rages on, some county health departments are taking the decision out of the hands of individual districts and instead issuing public health orders requiring the use of masks in school settings. On Tuesday, the city and county of Denver issued a public health order that requires face coverings in schools and child care facilities for all people ages 2 and older. That requirement goes into effect today. Under the order, masks that cover the nose and mouth must be worn when indoors at all schools and school-based extracurricular activities. It applies to the students, teachers, staff, volunteers, and visitors, regardless of vaccination status. Now let's get a look at our weather from dayweather.com.